There's something sacred about a dream in its early stages. It's fragile, like a flickering candle, shielding its flame from the wind. Yet, in today's world, where sharing every detail of our lives has become second nature, we often rush to announce our goals before they've had time to take root. We post about new projects, personal aspirations, or life-changing plans, seeking encouragement, approval, or validation. But what if sharing too soon is the very thing that stops those dreams from coming true? Imagine a seed buried in the earth. It grows in silence, away from the gaze of the world. It doesn't need applause to sprout. It needs nurturing, patience, and protection. If exposed too early, it would wither before it even has a chance to break through the soil. The same principle applies to your ambitions. They need time to develop, shielded from the harsh elements of doubt, envy, and premature judgment. The truth is, not everyone will understand your vision. Some people, even those with good intentions, may unknowingly discourage you, projecting their fears onto your plans. Others might criticize, mock, or compete with you. Their words, even when harmless, can plant seeds of uncertainty in your mind, making you question your capabilities. This is why protecting your dreams through silence isn't secrecy, it's wisdom. The Bible offers timeless insight on this matter. In Proverbs 13, verse 3, it says, "Those who guard their lips preserve their lives, but those who speak rashly will come to ruin." This isn't just about avoiding gossip or reckless talk. It's about understanding the power of words. Speaking too soon can drain your inner strength, replacing your determination with a need for validation. The energy you could have used to work toward your goal is instead spent explaining, defending, or justifying your vision. Progress happens in the quiet. Success is built in hidden, often difficult moments that require unwavering focus. By keeping your plans between you and God, you allow divine guidance to shape your journey without interference. Trust in His timing, work diligently in silence, and let your results speak for themselves when the time is right. True power lies not in what you declare, but in what you achieve quietly, steadily, and with faith. When you guard your dreams with silence, you give them the strength to withstand life's storms. You build something real, something lasting, something that doesn't need the world's approval to thrive. Silence isn't emptiness, it's potential waiting to unfold. Keep your light hidden until it shines too brightly to be ignored. When we choose to keep our plans private, we tap into a profound source of inner strength. Silence creates space for focus, clarity, and determination, qualities essential for turning any vision into reality. When we speak too soon, we risk scattering that focused energy, turning our attention outward instead of keeping it centered on the work ahead. There's a psychological truth behind this. When we announce our goals, our minds can mistakenly interpret the act of sharing as progress. The satisfaction we feel from others' praise can create a false sense of accomplishment, making us less motivated to pursue the real work. In contrast, when we hold our dreams close, we remain driven by the quiet fire of purpose, unshaken by the world's reactions. However, there's more at stake than just personal motivation. Sharing your plans too early can expose you to doubt and criticism. Even well-meaning people may project their insecurities onto you. They may question whether you're being too ambitious, point out obstacles you hadn't considered, or subtly imply that your goals are beyond reach. These comments can linger in your mind, causing hesitation where there once was certainty. Consider Joseph from the Bible, who shared his prophetic dreams with his brothers. Rather than celebrating his potential, they envied and resented him, ultimately selling him into slavery. His journey was marked by hardship because of their jealousy. Though God's plan for Joseph eventually prevailed, his story reminds us that not everyone will celebrate our aspirations or have the capacity to see what God has placed in our hearts. There's also the issue of spiritual protection. When we share prematurely, we expose our plans not only to human judgment, but also to spiritual opposition. The enemy often targets what is destined for greatness. Keeping your goals private can shield you from attacks you might not even see coming. It allows God's hand to work behind the scenes, clearing obstacles you didn't know existed. Silence isn't about isolation. It's about intention. It's about working with quiet focus, trusting that the results will speak louder than any early announcement ever could. The world doesn't need to know what you're building until it's ready to stand strong on its own. By then, no opinion, criticism, or opposition will be able to shake what God has established in your life. Patience, perseverance, and trust in divine timing are your greatest allies. While the world may clamor for instant results and constant updates, true success is crafted in the quiet, unseen moments of dedication and faith. In silence, there is power. In restraint, there is wisdom. In stillness, there is unstoppable progress. Silence also creates room for spiritual refinement. When you keep your plans to yourself, you allow space for prayer, reflection, and divine correction. Dreams evolve, and the path to success is rarely a straight line. In quietness, you can hear God's guidance more clearly, free from the noise of public opinion or the pressure to maintain appearances. This stillness becomes a sacred place where faith grows stronger, where your intentions are purified, and where purpose deepens. Another reason to remain silent is the unpredictability of life. Not every plan unfolds as expected. Setbacks, delays, and unexpected challenges are part of the journey. When your dreams are shared too soon, you might feel pressured to explain every change or defend every detour. Silence frees you from this burden, allowing you to adapt, learn, and grow without an audience questioning your progress. You remain answerable only to yourself and God, focusing on the process rather than public perception. Additionally, sharing your plans can attract competition you're not prepared for. When others become aware of your goals, they may be inspired or threatened by your ambition. Some may try to outpace you, copy your ideas, or even obstruct your progress. While competition can be healthy, unwanted rivalry can sap your energy and shift your focus from creation to defense. Keeping your goals private allows you to build without interference, unveiling your success only when it's ready and undeniable. The spiritual discipline of discretion also builds resilience. When you practice holding your ambitions close, you cultivate inner strength that isn't dependent on external encouragement. You learn to motivate yourself through faith, commitment, and the belief that what you're working toward is valuable, regardless of who knows about it. This independence builds an unshakable foundation, making you less susceptible to discouragement or criticism. The story of Nehemiah offers a powerful example. When he set out to rebuild the walls of Jerusalem, he didn't broadcast his plans. In Nehemiah 2, verse 12, he says, "I told no one what my God had put into my heart to do for Jerusalem." He inspected the walls at night, silently assessing what needed to be done before involving others. This strategic silence protected the mission until the time was right to act openly, ensuring that opposition wouldn't stop the work before it even began. In the same way, guarding your dreams keeps them safe from premature destruction. It allows you to move with wisdom and purpose, revealing only what's necessary when it's necessary. The less the world knows, the fewer distractions you'll face, and the more progress you can make in peace. This isn't secrecy born of fear. It's wisdom rooted in faith. Trust that what's hidden today will be revealed in its full glory when the time is right. Let the journey unfold in silence, guided by God's hand and strengthened by your quiet resolve. Another crucial aspect of staying silent about your plans is the preservation of your mental and emotional energy. Every time you share your goals, you invite opinions, reactions, and even comparisons that can weigh heavily on your mind. People may ask for updates, offer unsolicited advice, or remind you of the risks involved, all of which can create anxiety and second-guessing. The mental space you need for creative thinking, problem-solving, and spiritual focus becomes cluttered with the noise of external feedback. In silence, you cultivate something far more powerful: inner stillness. This stillness is where clarity is born, where decisions are made with wisdom rather than impulse. Without the pressure of explaining yourself, you can move freely, adapting to new circumstances with confidence and calm. You learn to trust not just in your own abilities, but in God's guidance, allowing divine insight to shape your path. There is also an element of spiritual warfare involved in protecting your goals. The enemy often targets what has the greatest potential. The more visible your ambitions become, the more vulnerable they are to opposition. This opposition can manifest as unexpected obstacles, spiritual discouragement, or even betrayal from those you trusted. Keeping your plans hidden limits the enemy's access, shielding your purpose until it's firmly established. Consider how Jesus conducted his ministry. Before performing his first public miracle at the wedding in Cana, he lived in relative obscurity, preparing quietly for his mission. Even after many of his healings, he would instruct people not to speak of what had happened, preserving the timing of his revelation. This divine discretion ensured that his work advanced according to God's perfect plan, not human expectations. Silence also deepens your relationship with God. When you share your hopes and plans with him alone, you create a sacred partnership built on trust and faith. This private communion strengthens your spiritual resilience as you learn to depend on his assurance rather than human approval. In Psalm 62 verse 5, the psalmist declares, "Yes, my soul, find rest in God. My hope comes from him." This resting in God's promises allows you to proceed with peace, knowing you're not alone in your pursuit. Another key advantage of keeping your plans private is the ability to surprise the world with undeniable results. When your work is finally revealed, it carries an impact that no words could have prepared others for. Success built in silence speaks with authority and confidence, making its presence known without the need for explanation or justification. The fruit of your labor becomes its own testimony, drawing respect and recognition on its own merit. Ultimately, discretion is about protecting the sacred process of becoming. It's about understanding that greatness isn't announced. It's built in quiet persistence, strengthened through unseen struggles, and revealed only when it's ready. The world doesn't need to know what you're working on until it can't be ignored. Until then, let your work remain a hidden masterpiece in progress, guided by faith and fortified by silence. Keeping your plans private also allows you to develop in peace, free from the pressure of performance. When you announce your goals prematurely, you unintentionally create expectations from others. People begin to watch, evaluate, and sometimes even doubt your progress. This external pressure can be paralyzing, shifting your focus from achieving success to managing perceptions. In silence, you remain accountable only to yourself and God, allowing your work to unfold naturally without distractions. Progress thrives in environments where there is room for mistakes, adjustments, and growth. When your plans are private, you have the freedom to experiment, fail, and try again without the fear of judgment. Every setback becomes a learning experience rather than a public failure. You're not performing for an audience. You're refining a vision. There's also an element of spiritual discipline in choosing to remain silent. Silence cultivates humility, a recognition that success comes not just from your efforts, but through divine grace. When you resist the urge to broadcast your ambitions, you practice surrendering control over how others perceive you. You trust that the results will speak for themselves when the time comes. This humility aligns you with God's timing, freeing you from the need for constant validation. In Matthew 6, verse 6, Jesus teaches about the power of secrecy in spiritual matters. But when you pray, go into your room, close the door, and pray to your Father, who is unseen. Then your Father, who sees what is done in secret, will reward you. While this verse speaks about prayer, its wisdom extends to any endeavor pursued with sincerity and faith. What you nurture in private, God blesses in public. There is also profound wisdom in controlling your narrative, or choosing not to have one at all until the right moment. In a world obsessed with self-promotion, staying quiet about your goals can be a powerful act of defiance. It says, "I am focused on the work, not the attention." This choice builds a legacy of substance, where accomplishments are built on action rather than words. Moreover, keeping your plans to yourself can also disarm potential adversaries. Not everyone is rooting for your success, and some people may actively work against you if they see you progressing. By remaining discreet, you reduce the risk of envy-driven obstacles, allowing you to move strategically without interference. Like a skilled builder who works quietly through the night, your progress becomes undeniable only when the final structure is complete. Even nature reflects this truth. Consider how the deepest roots grow far beneath the surface, unseen but essential for a tree's strength and stability. The mightiest oaks begin as hidden seeds, nourished in darkness before they ever reach the light. Likewise, the most enduring successes are built in the quiet places of life, where focus is sharp and purpose is unshakable. Silence is not inactivity, it's intentional preparation. It's a form of strength that protects your vision until it is ready to face the world fully formed, beyond the reach of criticism or competition. In that stillness, you draw closer to your purpose, refine your plans, and work with an intensity that needs no announcement. When you emerge, your success will be undeniable, shining brightly with the power of a journey well protected and faithfully pursued. Keeping your plans private also shields you from emotional burnout caused by constant scrutiny. When you share your ambitions with the world, you invite a cycle of expectations, updates, and accountability that can become draining. You may find yourself constantly explaining delays, defending your progress, or justifying why things aren't moving as fast as others expect. This can erode your motivation and sap the joy you originally felt when the idea first came to life. When you work in silence, however, you operate on your own timeline. There's no need to meet artificial deadlines imposed by others' curiosity or judgment. You can pause when needed, rethink your approach, and push forward with renewed strength, all without the pressure of an audience waiting for results. In this protected space, progress feels more meaningful because it's driven by genuine passion and purpose, not by the need to impress or perform. Another key benefit of keeping quiet about your plans is the ability to build spiritual endurance. Life's greatest accomplishments often require long seasons of unseen effort. During these seasons, doubt can creep in, not just from within, but from others who might question why your dream hasn't materialized yet. In moments of silence, however, you can cultivate resilience by relying on God's promises rather than human reassurance. In Isaiah 30, verse 15, we are reminded, "In quietness and trust is your strength." This verse speaks to the power of trusting God during seasons when progress feels slow or invisible. The world may be eager for updates, but your strength lies in trusting the process, even when results aren't yet visible. Faith grows deeper when you lean on God in secret, knowing He is working, even when you cannot see the full picture. Moreover, silence allows you to stay rooted in your original why. Public sharing can dilute your purpose, making you more concerned with how your plans are perceived than with fulfilling the deeper calling behind them. It's easy to get caught up in seeking approval, shifting your focus from meaningful action to performative success. Keeping your ambitions between you and God keeps your intentions pure and aligned with the vision He placed in your heart. There's also a strategic wisdom in moving without announcing your every step. Consider how military operations are planned. Success depends on confidentiality. No army broadcasts its battle strategies before they are executed, because secrecy preserves the element of surprise and prevents the enemy from countering the mission. In the same way, guarding your plans allows you to navigate challenges without opposition anticipating your moves. Look at nature's quiet persistence. The most breathtaking transformations happen in silence. Rivers carve through stone over centuries without making a sound. Flowers bloom at dawn when no one is watching. The sun rises each day, unannounced but faithful. Likewise, your journey doesn't need an audience to be extraordinary. True greatness is forged in patience, quiet work, and steady commitment to a higher purpose. When you move in silence, you create an environment where progress can thrive unencumbered. You become unstoppable, not because you shouted your plans from the rooftops, but because you quietly built something strong, enduring, and undeniable. In the stillness of quiet work, purpose flourishes, success blossoms, and your destiny unfolds according to divine timing. Remaining silent about your plans also strengthens your ability to manage setbacks with grace and resilience. When progress is private, failures become lessons rather than public spectacles. You can pause, reassess, and adjust your approach without feeling exposed or judged. This creates a safe environment for innovation and persistence, key ingredients in any path toward success. Failure is often misunderstood as defeat, but in reality, it's a stepping stone to mastery. When your efforts are shielded from public view, you gain the freedom to fail forward, learning without the fear of disappointing others or damaging your reputation. Every setback becomes a personal lesson, not a headline for others to dissect. In silence, you transform obstacles into opportunities for growth, building strength that comes from overcoming struggles in private. There's also the spiritual principle of allowing God's hand to work behind the scenes. When your plans are hidden, they are in a place where only God can see them. This sacred space allows divine intervention without interference from outside forces. In Psalm 91 verse 1, we find comfort in these words: "Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty." When you keep your dreams in this place of spiritual protection, you give God room to shape your path without human opinions clouding His direction. Additionally, moving in silence prevents energy leaks. Every time you share your plans, you expend emotional and mental energy explaining, defending, or seeking approval. This energy is better spent on building, creating, and refining your vision. The more you conserve your inner power, the more resilient and focused you become. Like water stored in a hidden reservoir, your strength grows, ready to be released at the perfect moment. Another benefit of privacy is maintaining control over your narrative. In a world where stories are shaped by perception, guarding your plans ensures that the narrative about your journey is written by your actions, not by speculation or hearsay. What others don't know, they can't distort. This keeps you in command of your destiny, allowing your work to speak for itself when the time is right. Consider how Jesus Himself moved with purpose and discretion. Before launching His public ministry, He spent 40 days in the wilderness, preparing in silence. Throughout His life, He often withdrew from the crowds to pray in solitude, seeking divine strength away from the world's demands. This practice wasn't just about rest, it was about realignment with His mission, ensuring that His actions were always guided by God's will rather than human expectation. Even in the natural world, the principle of quiet preparation is undeniable. Think of a caterpillar transforming into a butterfly. It undergoes its most profound change in the hidden safety of a cocoon. No one witnesses its struggle, yet the result is a breathtaking new creation. Similarly, your most significant growth happens when no one is watching. Transformation requires a season of hidden effort, free from interruption or judgment. Ultimately, keeping your goals private allows you to build a legacy based on substance, not appearances. It's about crafting something so deeply rooted in purpose that no storm can uproot it. In silence, you become unstoppable, not because the world cheered you on, but because you persisted with faith, focus, and divine guidance, creating something extraordinary that needs no introduction. The results will speak louder than any words ever could. In a world driven by visibility, sharing, and instant validation, choosing silence is an act of profound strength. It's a declaration that your worth is not defined by how much attention you receive, but by the purpose God has placed within you. By guarding your plans, you acknowledge that your life's journey is sacred, not a performance for the world, but a process crafted by divine hands. Silence is not emptiness. It's potential waiting to unfold. It's a powerful reminder that the most significant transformations often happen away from public view. Think of how seeds break open underground, how mountains rise slowly over millennia, and how rivers carve canyons in patient persistence. Creation itself teaches us that lasting greatness is built in the quiet, steady rhythm of unseen effort. When you keep your plans private, you align yourself with this timeless principle of growth. You create a space where your energy isn't scattered by opinions, doubts, or unnecessary explanations. Instead, your focus sharpens, your faith deepens, and your resolve strengthens. Every setback becomes fuel for your determination because you're not driven by public approval, but by a calling higher than any human recognition. Consider again the story of Joseph. His journey was marked by betrayal, isolation, and hardship, but also by divine promotion at the appointed time. His early dreams were misunderstood and despised, but in God's perfect plan, they became a reality far greater than he could have imagined. What if Joseph had stopped believing because others doubted him? His life reveals the power of trusting God, even when the world is unaware of what he's doing behind the scenes. Your own journey may be unfolding in similar hidden ways. Perhaps you've been working tirelessly without acknowledgement, wondering if anyone notices or cares. Rest assured that the one who matters sees every effort, every struggle, and every act of faith. In Galatians 6 verse 9, we are encouraged, "Let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Your harvest is coming, not because of public applause, but because of private perseverance." Silence also allows space for spiritual refinement. As you work in the quiet, God molds your character, shapes your vision, and prepares you for a future greater than you imagined. This hidden preparation is necessary, not just for the fulfillment of your dreams, but for your ability to sustain them when they finally arrive. Success built on solid, private foundations is success that endures. When the time is right, your work will speak for itself. Success that emerges from silence carries undeniable authority. It can't be dismissed because it wasn't built on empty promises or fleeting praise. It was forged in the fire of dedication, patience, and faith. You won't need to explain, defend, or seek recognition. What you've built will stand as living proof of your journey, shining with the brilliance of effort made sacred through silent devotion. Trust that every quiet moment, every unseen effort, every hidden prayer is creating something extraordinary within you. What the world cannot see, God is actively shaping. His timing is perfect, and his plans are far greater than anything you could announce or predict. Isaiah 60 verse 22 reminds us, "When the time is right, I, the Lord, will make it happen." So, Work quietly. Dream boldly. Trust deeply. Guard your plans not out of fear, but out of reverence for the powerful process of becoming. Let your light grow brighter in the shadows until its brilliance is undeniable, illuminating the path you are always meant to walk. When your season of revelation comes, the world will see the fruits of your labor, and they will be amazed. But you'll know the truth. The greatest victories are won not in the spotlight, but in the stillness of faith, in the quiet strength of purpose, and in the sacred power of silence. As you reflect on these words, let them sink deep into your heart as a reminder that God's timing is perfect and His plans for your life are unfolding even in the silence. You may not see the full picture now, but trust that He is working behind the scenes, shaping your journey with wisdom, purpose, and unfailing love. As an act of trust and surrender, write Amen in the comments, declaring your faith in His perfect plan. Share this message with someone who needs encouragement today, and let us stand together in the unshakable hope we have in Christ. Every time you return to these words, may they renew your spirit and remind you that God's strength never fails and His mercy never runs dry. If these words have uplifted you, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for more messages of hope, encouragement, and faith. Join our growing community as we walk together in God's light, trusting His promises every step of the way. May His peace flow through every corner of your heart, steadying you with calm assurance. May His strength uphold you in every challenge, His grace surround you with boundless love, and His power sustain you through every season of life. Trust in the One who never changes. He is with you, for you, and working through you now and forever. Amen.